What's going on, everybody? Lee Money here from the Steel City Renegades. And if you need auto parts, there's only one place that I know I go, and that's Detroit Auto Parts. Detroit Auto Parts is the official parts store of Red Line Radio LLC. They have two convenient locations on the east side. You can call 216-531-7373, or on the west side, call 216-398-7373. Mention Redline Radio and receive 10% off your purchase. So don't forget, if you need any parts for your vehicle today, reach out to Detroit Auto Parts, the official home and auto parts store of Redline Radio LLC. What's going on, everybody? Lee Money here, the host of Money's Crazy Mind and Steel City Renegades. And you know, Redline Radio LLC is proud to partner with Growing Wings Adult Services for the creation of our brand new state-of-the-art production studio. Growing Wings Adult Services has been assisting adults with disabilities in the Northeast Ohio area for the past 5 years. For more information on how Lisa and the team at Growing Wings can assist your family, you can contact Lisa at 234-334-7547 today. Again, that's 234-334-7547.
What's going on, everybody? It is Tim Buck 2 from Tim Buck Tuesday. I'm here at Club Pizzle, man. He got all these decals and stuff up here. He got all these cups that got Club Pizzle etched in them. I wonder if he went to Incredible Keepsakes to get them. Because, you know, Incredible Keepsakes, they do everything. They do T-shirts, cups, binders, keychains, you name it. Incredible Keepsakes can customize it. So it'll make sense if Pizzle got his shirts for his crew made from Incredible Keepsakes. So if you want to be like Pizzle, all you got to do is call Diane at 440-242-9648 or go to the website, incrediblekeepsakes.com. Because you know, as Diane would say, cherished moments are made to last forever. What's going on, everybody? It is Tim Buck 2 from Tim Buck Tuesday. And you know, I really hate doing home improvement, but I love the way it looks. So what I do is I call Wiggins Construction and Home Improvement. They fix bathrooms, windows, kitchens, sliding doors, and much more. Give Will a call today at 440-731-7654 and tell him Redline sent you. He'll get your house looking right in no time. Yo, Dave, I really appreciate you letting me do my thing over here at Redline Radio LLC.
Tim, ain't no thing but a chicken wing.
Hey, well, you know I love them chicken wings. I got a couple buddies that's trying to come on and do a podcast. You got anything for them?
Heck yeah, we do. Just have them give me a call.
Bet. I'll have them call 440-503-0828.
Tim, don't forget to tell them that we're available on all social media platforms.
And you can't forget about the Redline Radio LLC app on the Google Play Store.
Damn, how'd I forget about that?
You was probably thinking about them little people again.
Damn, I probably was.
That's cool. They just trying to be a part of the winningest radio station in Cleveland.
And we got the hardware to prove it.
Yo, Dave, I'm trying to go out to Vegas and get wasted. You know where I can go get something?
Tim, it's funny you should ask, man, because I got the perfect spot for you to go and get tore up from the floor up and get the best tequila in Vegas.
Say where? Where's that?
That is at the Rusty Spur Saloon.
Okay, say where? I'm trying to see what that be like.
Yeah, make sure you stop in there. Stop and see my homeboy Mike. Tell him that Redline Radio from Cleveland, Ohio sent you there.
Bet. I'm about to go see Mike right now.
They were voted the best hole-in-the-wall bar in Vegas. What's that spot name again?
The Rusty Spur Saloon, you said.
That's right. They are located in fabulous Sin City, Las Vegas, Nevada.
Oh, yeah. That's the spot.
This beat is lit. Another Major League Entertainment production. Oh yeah. It's Pizzle. Yo, I
hear the loose talk that you're saying. How Don's not the greatest. Guess what, you little haters? I'm back from hiatus. I've been the shit since VCRs and Vader, stumping niggas in the yard like I was one of the Thaters. And I ain't trying to hear about who the fuck's your favorite. Vince Carter on the floor, outlasts all the players. Jumper still wet, still in the greatest shape. My prime is still going. Check my game tape. I'm still fly from paper planes to J's. Not rich, just got a good job, bro. Okay, still in my Levi's, 501's classic, fresh out the cleaners, all pressed in plastic. I be out in Beachwood, Nordstrom's in Saxville. Buy it off the mannequin and throw it in the bag. Shit, everything sexy from cologne to the fashion. I don't know who dressing y'all. Y'all look like trash. Chip.
Let me get myself together here. Best theme song in the whole wide land. Yes, indeed. You go ahead, fade that on down, Tempest. We're going to get to it. All right, ladies and gentlemen, mic check 1 2 1 2. Y'all know what day it is. Y'all know what time it is. And y'all know who y'all looking at. It's him. I want to welcome y'all to another episode of Club Pizzle. I am, of course, your host, Don People. They call me Pizzle. They call me Unk. They call me Pie God. All of the above. Want to thank each and every one of y'all for y'all continued support of this show and of this platform. It is greatly appreciated. I appreciate everybody. What we doing? $10 my guy.
What up, Doc?
What's going on, man? How you feeling?
You know, I'm feeling excellent, man. I'm feeling really good, man. I think it's these teas I'm drinking.
What you got in that tea, man?
It's pure leaf.
You sure it's just pure leaf, or you added a leaf to that tea?
It's still pure leaf.
Yeah, y'all, you added something to it. Man, listen. How was your week, man?
It was great.
My week was shitty. I ain't even gonna hold you, man.
What happened, man?
Because I was sick, man. I'm just finally getting myself back. First of all, my voice was halfway gone last week, so if I sounded like crap last week, I apologize. My voice was gone for screaming at two Cavs homes at games 1 and 2 of this first round Cavaliers series, on top of judging the battleground, and on top of being extra hype because the champ was here last week. So I've been without a voice, or I was without a voice for a long time. And then
shout out to the champ.
Shout out to the champ. And then I woke up Sunday morning feeling like absolute trash. Turns out I was walking around with strep throat. Sick, just fucked up. Couldn't talk, couldn't barely breathe. I ain't slept like 3 consecutive hours all week.
Damn.
That's how messed up I am. That's how messed up I was. Last night, I think I slept 3 straight hours, so I'm cool.
You just dapped me up.
I was just out of it, but thanks to like shout out to Mucinex.
Shout out to the Mucinex.
Yeah, shout out to the Mucinex. The Mucinex kept me together. It was a bad week for me. I didn't know if I was gonna make it in this week. I was like, all right, I'm gonna give it till Wednesday to see what I feel like, to see what my voice is gonna feel like. I mean, I was trying to do vocal rest. My wife looking at me like I'm crazy because I'm not talking. You know what I'm saying? And she thinking something wrong with me. It's like, look, man, I'm trying to save my voice. I gotta figure out how the hell I'm gonna talk for an hour this week on my show. And especially with the disappointment that happened last night, I was like, all right, I'm gonna get myself together. But by the time I got out of work yesterday, holy moly, something just broke in the draft, and I'm gonna get to the draft. But I got a little eulogy to talk. Well, not a eulogy, but we got some stuff to talk about. The NFL draft. It really don't feel like the NFL draft because unfortunately the Cleveland Browns ain't got no picks, man. Them niggas ain't picking until like 10 o'clock tomorrow.
Damn.
No first round picks, no second round picks. Unless Andrew Berry is bunkered down and on his phone right now Don't expect to hear anything from the Browns until tomorrow night, honestly. But where was I? Oh, sick. I still feel a little crappy. My voice still feels a little scratchy, but at least I can breathe. You know. Thank God for breathing. And again, shout out to Mucilix. Excuse me. See, still going through that shit right there. All right, man. Today's show is brought to you by Detroit Auto Parts, the official parts store of Redline Radio and home of our original studio. This is going to be a rough one to get through. They have 2 convenient locations. On the east side, call 216-531-7373 or call the west side at 216-398-7373. Mention Redline Radio and receive 10% off of your purchase. That is Detroit Auto Parts. And also, Growing Wings Adult Services, the official sponsor of the state-of-the-art Studio 2. Excuse me. You're slow on the trigger over there, man. This got pure leaf.
It's purely leaf, man. It's purely leaf.
Growing Wings Adult Services has over 7 years of experience of taking care of adults with disabilities. For more information, call Lisa at 234-334-7547. That is Adult Wings. Now, why are we here today? We are here because the Cleveland Cavaliers were forced to pass the sticks. Gentleman's sweep from the New York Knicks. Now, luckily, I don't have a voice, and luckily, I'm afraid to raise my voice. I'm afraid to go higher than this, honestly. So I'm gonna keep it cool, or try to keep it cool. How do I feel about this? You know, see, I hate sometimes being right don't feel so good. I hate to have to come in here on this day, on April 27th, 2023. I hate to come in here to tell y'all, I told you so. Bleak, I see you. Chris Cargile, I see you. Lex Vegas, I see you. But I hate coming in here and saying, I told you so. Because I've been screaming and I've been preaching since November that the Cleveland Cavaliers weren't quite ready. I said they were missing something. And that one thing that I thought that they were missing was experience. It turns out not only were they missing experience, they're missing a little bit of toughness. No, fuck it. A lot of toughness. This team got out hustled. This team got out muscled. This team got out rebounded. This team got outscored. This team got out coached. This team even got out fouled, even though a lot of them wasn't called. They got out everything. This team looked like a team that had never been in the bright lights before. It's the bright lights blinded them. They looked like a team trying to find their way in game 40 of an 82-game season. This is what the Cleveland Cavaliers look like. All of my fears about this team came out in this series. All of my fears, every single fear that I had, they don't have enough experience. They're young. The depth on the bench, questionable rotations. The rotations have been questionable all season. And that's from a few things. Inconsistencies from the guys that were in the rotation and injuries derailing and certain moves that were made after the trade deadline. And all of our glaring weaknesses, we've seen it. They got pushed around. They made Mitchell Robinson look like a hybrid of Dennis Rodman and Hakeem Olajuwon and David Robinson. If them three niggas had a baby, he was Mitchell Robinson in this series. I'm so disappointed. I'm not mad. Like, I'm not mad. I'm just disappointed in the guys. I just knew we could beat the New York Knicks. There was no way you're supposed to lose in a gentleman's sweep to that team. But again, looking back at it and looking through the season, the Cavaliers have had trouble with teams that play like the New York Knicks. Example, the Toronto Raptors play this iso ball type of game. They scramble around. Everything is scrambled. They chase all the 50-50 balls. They hustle. They push. I won't say they play dirty in a bad way. It's just like they like to muck the game up. They like this muddy, mucky. It's not even street ball. It's physical. It's physical. And I've been saying this for the last 2 years. The Cleveland Cavaliers have a team full of guys who still have little boy bodies. And that's not me joking. And that's not me making it funny. It's a real thing. So I went to the Sixers game last year and I sat courtside and I was sitting there looking at the Sixers and looking at Joel Embiid, who's a fucking giant, looking at James Harden, who got big, broad ass shoulders like a fucking refrigerator, looking at Tobias Harris, who got big, burly, broad shoulders, looking at Tyrese Maxey, Matisse Thybulle, and looking at these guys, these big, burly, broad shoulders, barrel-chested guys, and looking at the Cleveland Cavaliers and looking at Evan Mobley, who's a string bean, looking at Darius Garland, who I'm bigger than at 40 years old. I'm 5'10", 188 pounds. Looking at Isaac Okoro, even Isaac Okoro's not a small dude, but standing next to James Harden, he got a bird chest. He looks small. Jared Allen is a small finesse guy. They just muscled us. Jared Allen got bullied. And Jared Allen, you heard, I saw the quote today, and Jared Allen was talking about those lights were brighter than he thought they were going to be. I guess. Give me an air horn for Karis LeVert. Karis LeVert showed up in the playoffs. He was hyped to be there, and my man showed up. I had an issue with Coach Bickerstaff starting him game 3 over Okoro. I don't think he should have done that. That was not the adjustment to make. You keep your starting lineup the way it is, and yes, you give LeVert those minutes, but you have to bring some of those guys. It was just, again, the rotations was questionable because throughout the year, I mean, Lamar Stevens was there. Dean Wade spent a lot of the season hurt. We had Kevin Love for half of the season before they bought him out and let him go down to Miami, and he's now going to the second round. How about that? How about those fucking apples? It's, again, man, it's disappointing. It's very disappointing. Allen got bullied. Evan Mobley got bullied. Julius Randle was playing bully ball, and Julius Randle had a horrible series. Granted, he's not healthy. He had a great season. He is probably going to be all NBA first team. Julius Randle. Hell of a player. He had a bad series. But he was handing Evan Mobley his lunch. Mitchell Robinson was giving Jared Allen breakfast, lunch, dinner, brunch, and a midnight snack for 5 games. He gave him breakfast in game 1. He gave him lunch in game 2. He gave him dinner in game 3. He gave him brunch in game 4. And he gave him a snack in game 5. Hey, I just thought of that shit on the fly. That was kind of fly. I need an air horn for that That was kind of fly right there. That's that rapper brain working. I'm in rapper mode again. So yeah, y'all heard it. My guy Donovan Mitchell shrank. He looked exhausted. And it gets to a point where I'm watching games 3 and 4 and 5, and it's like, Donovan, stop shooting. Go to the hole. You must drive the basketball. Go to the hole, draw fouls, get to the free throw line. I was getting frustrated because all of his jump shots were hitting the front of the rim. I say those are tired legs. Those are tired legs from having to beat a dog and carry a team and score 40 points in every game in the last 2 weeks of the season that you played. What, 8? I would think it was maybe 7, 8 straight games. He got tired. I mean, it's not an excuse. My man's look tired. Just so disappointing. And he owned it. He got up in the press conference. He said, I let my guys down. I wasn't there for my guys. I wasn't the player that I should have been. And I'm going to just tell y'all this right fucking now. I don't want to hear Colin Sexton's name in this fucking city ever again. Unless you give me Colin Sexton's playoff stats. Give me Colin Sexton's playoff stats, and you can say his name.
6.3.
No, Tim. He didn't make the playoffs, so. Bing bong, motherfuckers.
Yeah, let me finish. 6.3 Twinkies. He had
his regular season stats were horrible. He had a whole bunch of DNPs at the end of the season. I don't know if he was injured. I don't know if it was coach's decision, but I know he had a whole lot of DNPs at the end of the season. So I don't want to talk about Colin Sexton. People want to talk about Utah won the trade. I don't think so. They have our pick this year. Who gives a fuck about the 20-something pick in the draft? This draft, after the lottery, kind of drops off. In my opinion. Just as long as they don't get Imoni Bates. I'm just hoping they don't get it. Because Imoni Bates can be a killer if he gets to the NBA. Darius Garland, inconsistency, shrank, disappeared in game 1. Game 2, he did all right. Game, 3 or 4, he had a breakout quarter after getting into foul trouble. And last night, they just shrank, man. They looked like a team. They looked tired. They looked overwhelmed. They looked defeated. Anytime a team is plus double digits in offensive rebounds, that shit is deflating. In game 1, they were getting it seemed like they were getting every single offensive rebound. It seemed like they were getting to every loose ball. They were beating the Cavs to the punch, and that shit is deflating. Imagine, like, game 1, they rallied from double-digit lead. I think they were maybe down 15. Got into that fourth quarter, tied the game up. The roof is getting ready to come off the building. Josh Hart hits a big shot. They come down and get a bucket. Then the Knicks come back down. They get the Cavs, get the damn stop. But the Knicks get the fucking offensive rebound. That shit is so deflating. It is super deflating. And being in a building, you can feel the air come out of the building with every offensive rebound. It was the same thing last night. Mitchell Robinson looked like Dennis Rodman, Charles Oakley, Michael Cage, Dwight Howard. He looked like every rebounding champion since 1983 in this series. He was tearing the Cavs up. All in all, again, disappointing. Now let's take a look at this roster. Roster-wise, this is just me tinkering around with stuff. I'm cool with the starting lineup. Garland, Mitchell, Okoro, Mobley, Allen. Donovan Mitchell is your superstar player. Darius Garland's going to be another year better. and he's going to improve. Hopefully, Isaac Okoro finds the confidence to shoot that corner three next season, if he's here. And I'm saying if, just throwing the if out there because it's a possibility. Just a possibility, y'all. I'm not saying that he's going to go anywhere. Evan Mobley is going to continue to grow. This is year 3. This is the year for him to really start putting some of the things that he did in year 1 and year 2 together and put on another couple of pounds, maybe another 10 pounds to add to his frame. You can't put this weight on too fast. I was telling my coworker this earlier today. It's like he can't put on that much weight at one time. It will mess him up. I think Anthony Davis is always injured the way he is because his body grew too fast. My man's went from 6'2" to 6'11" in a span of 3 months when he was 17. People don't know
That's
that.
quick as hell.
People don't know that. I don't know if a lot of people know that, but he was initially recruited by John Calipari at Kentucky. He was recruited as a guard. He was a 6'2" guard out of Chicago. And the summer between his junior and his senior year, he grew to be 6'11". His body the rest of him, his body never caught up to that. I don't know if anybody else has had a growth spurt like that to grow 9 inches in that's a crazy growth spurt, ain't it, Tim? That
is amazing, bro.
I said all that to say this about Evan Mobley.
Freaking nature.
You can't just put on 10 pounds at a time, maybe 15, but he has to be able to maintain his touchdown in the low post. Evan Mobley got what he wanted in the post. All of his shots that a lot of the shots that he was getting, that post over the shoulder, the jump hook, he got what he wanted. They just went falling. He was getting the same shots that he got during the regular season. He just couldn't knock any of them down. Jared Allen, continue to grow and get your ass in the weight room because he looks off. Biggest question mark going into this season, into this offseason for the Cleveland Cavaliers is Karis LeVert. Do you bring him back? I say yes. So you bring him back, you add him. That is the 6th person on this team. And I believe Karis LeVert ought to be the 6th man. Now, I'm not going to talk about his contract situation and how much money he should get. Y'all know that's not my style. I don't count these dudes' pockets. I just fit guys in pieces and parts. I know what the salary cap is. I just try to fit guys in. I'm not going to say how much he deserves because that's not my job. My job is to try to give y'all a little bit of insight on what goes on in my brain on how I want the Cleveland Cavaliers to be built. So you keep Karis LeVert, you add 6. Now the rest of this bench, I'm gonna just say who can go. Rick Rubio, he can go. I know he was coming off of an Achilles. I get it, I understand, but he got to go. Cedi Osman, he can go. You can put him. And he's valuable because his contract is expiring. So he's pretty valuable. You can get that money off the books. You can put him in a trade package to try to get somebody. Danny Green, get the fuck out of here. I don't want to hear Danny Green's name again. I see so many of y'all on your Facebook. I just kept seeing Danny Green's name in my fucking news feed. I'm thinking, what the fuck are they making to Kill an Irishman Part 2? The resurrection? Did they bring this nigga? Did he not die in the car bomb and he came back to life and they ended up killing him in 2016 or some shit? I just kept seeing Danny Green. For fucking what? He got in there and didn't do jack shit. Danny Green wasn't in the game. You can tell he hadn't been in there so long because when he went to spot up with the corner 3, his ass was fucking out of bounds. Go sit your ass down. So he can go. He's a free agent. They're going to let him go. Robin Lopez, by Slowfoot. I like you. He's a great guy. He is a great guy. Gentleman, I met him, bumped into him walking around Cleveland. Very pleasant guy, gentle giant guy, but you can go, buddy. He walked like he's in pain. And he probably is, because being 7 foot, those guys, 7 foot, he's been in the league for a decade and some change. So, the pounding on those knees. A lot of them dudes, a lot of these basketball players, these athletes, watch them like they walk like they knees and they ankles and shit is fucked up. Dylan Windler is a restricted free agent. I'm going to just say Dylan Windler's ass is out of here. He is white street clothes. That's what he is. He is street clothes, because every time you turn around, his ass is in street clothes. The most action he got this year, I actually saw a lot of Dylan Windler, because he played a bunch of games for the Cleveland Charge this year. Like he has some pretty good games. No, scratch that. He had some very good games. He had some fantastic games down there. I mean, the guy can shoot, but dude, you can't stay healthy. Your ass is out of here. Raul Neto, get the fuck out of here. I don't know. I think his contract situation, I think he is an unrestricted free agent, but he can go. There's a guy with the Cleveland Charge that played with the Cleveland Charge this year that you could have just put out there. You could have put on your bench because he wasn't going to play, and his name is Sharif Cooper. I pray to God, Kobe Altman, please sign Sharif Cooper up. Please. This is what I need from the NBA in the next collective bargaining agreement. As far as the G League, they're only allowed to sign 2 guys to 2-way contracts. 2 guys. Those 2 guys for the Cleveland Cavaliers right now are Isaiah Mobley and Mamadi Diakite. That brings me to the other part of the roster. I'm gonna get to that part of the roster of guys that are here and that are left. But I think what the NBA needs to do, as far as with the G League, I think they need to give them at least 4 guys that are on the G League affiliate. Give them 2-way contracts. That's just my personal opinion. 4, 5 might be too much, but 4. And it almost seemed like that's what they did, because Dylan Windler spent a lot of time with the Charge, and also Sam Merrill spent a lot of time. Well, Sam Merrill got signed with the Cleveland Cavaliers. So Sam Merrill is on this team. Sam, if y'all don't know, Sam Merrill is a sharp shooter. The boy is strapped. I brought up Diakite. I brought up Isaiah Mobley. Those are the Charge guys. Also, Dean Wade is still here. I'm a Dean Wade guy. I like Dean Wade. The shit started off as a joke, because I'm like, this is Kevin Love Jr. Like, it started off as a joke, but I started watching Dean Wade, and he was out there. He became my main man. I'm going to buy a Dean Wade jersey. As soon as these Cavalier jerseys go to 65% off, I'm going to the team shop and I'm getting me a Dean Wade jersey. Y'all see me walking around with a Dean Wade jersey on. Mind your fucking business, all right? And Lamar Stevens, who
You heard?
And Lamar Stevens has a team option. He can go. I could put him on the he can go list. I know y'all think I hate Lamar Stevens. I don't hate Lamar Stevens. I'm just not a fan of his game.
You hate Lamar Stevens. It's okay.
What the fuck is going on at the MAGA bar? They fighting over there. Fucking sirens. I ain't heard no motorcycles, but I hear the goddamn sirens. No, I don't. The dude is a fuck up. He'll make a good play and will turn the ball over 1,000,001 times. He'll get scored on. He'll get dunked on. He'll grab a rebound and fumble it. He'll just be all screwed up. So Lamar Stevens can go. They don't have to pick up that team option. Now, I have a short list of possibilities on what the Cleveland Cavaliers can do. I have my short list. Y'all know I keep a list. I always got a list. And shout out to my guy, Christopher Cargile, who me and him are always talking. We are always figuring out how to rebuild the Cavs and how to rebuild the Browns. What should we do? Who can we got? Who can we get? We have a thing called the Ledge Gang. If you see that, if I put a name up and I'm hashtagging the Ledge Gang, that means I'm going on the ledge. That means I want this player. Now, on my list, Cam Johnson is at the top of this list. Now, Cam Johnson is a restricted free agent for Brooklyn, and they have a log jam at small forward. The Bogdanoviches are on my list again. Specifically Bojan, the one that's in Detroit. Detroit Bogdanovich, not Atlanta Bogdanovich. I want both of them. I take both of them. But Detroit Bogdanovich is on this list. Dorian Finney-Smith is on my list. Dorian Finney-Smith was on my list last year. Dorian Finney-Smith, I believe, was at the top of my list at the trade deadline. Dorian Finney-Smith also plays for the Brooklyn Nets. This list is kind of Brooklyn Nets heavy for real. Buddy Hield is on that list. We could use another guy like Buddy. Cam Thomas is another guy on that list. Mr. 40 himself, come off the bench, score 40, go right back to the bench and get DNP coach's decisions. It's crazy. And Royce O'Neal is on that list. You see, it's Brooklyn Net heavy. Royce O'Neal is another guy. And with a lot of these guys, Bojan, Royce O'Neal, they have ties to Donovan Mitchell. They played with Donovan Mitchell in Utah. I was going to put Joe Ingles on that list, but Joe Ingles is like 36, and I don't know how much Joe Ingles has left in the tank. Joe Harris, I thought about putting Joe Harris on the list, but I'm not sure. But if they do make any kind of deal with the Brooklyn Nets, it's going to be it'll probably be like a combination of Dorian Finney-Smith, Cam Thomas, and Joe Harris they're going to throw in there. Now, who we're going to send there, that remains to be seen. I mean, I don't think the Brooklyn Nets are going to be kicking the Cavaliers' door down to trade for Jetty Osman or Lamar Stevens or Dean Wade. And that's just me being honest about it. But those guys are on my list. And then there are two scenarios with this roster. What do you do? One option seems to be the most logical option, and that's just basically run it back with slight bench changes. You run it back with your 5, bring LeVert back. You got Wade, Merrill, Mobley, Diakite, who will probably spend a lot of time in the G League. Who they might pick up Lamar Stevens' option. It won't hurt me if they do. I mean, it just is what it is. I mean, the guy does play in the NBA. I think he belongs in the G League. That's just my fucking opinion of the guy. They're probably going to keep Jetty Osman, and they might move him. And they just add a few of these bench pieces. Again, Bojan, Dorian Finney-Smith, Cam Thomas, it's going to be a couple of Brooklyn Nets on the Cleveland Cavaliers next year, in my opinion. There's going to be some type of small Kobe Altman move. That's option A. That's the most logical option. And then there's option B. Do you kick the tires around on moving Jared Allen and in his big ass contract? He has 3 years and $60 million left on his contract. I'm just throwing the contract out there because that's just a part of the trades, and you're gonna have to do that in order to get a wing, because the Cavs are still missing that 3-and-D wing, and that's where Cam Johnson comes into play. That's where Dorian Finney-Smith comes into play. Even Joe Harris at his height. You know what I mean? It's gonna be interesting to see. JB Bickerstaff is not going to get fired. I want y'all to stop saying that. He's not going anywhere. At least not this year.
I'm actually glad to hear that.
There hasn't been any indication that he's going to get fired. I think he gets 1, maybe 2 more years.
I give him 1 with Cleveland.
And that's what I said. Like, there's only everybody screaming Nick Nurse. I don't want to hear Nick Nurse's name. And that's because you overly emotional, high expectation having, and surprised that we got our asses beat. Cleveland Cavalier fans are so emotional. Like, I withdrew myself after game 4. I knew I was preparing myself. I was angry after game 4. I was angry and sick. I was mad because my daughter gave me strep throat and my wife didn't tell me my daughter had strep throat. I was like, how the fuck? I'm thinking because I was outside and I dapped somebody up that I got this shit. And I'm like, I am never coming outside again without wearing fucking football gloves. That was my thought process. But JB's here. I love JB Bickerstaff. He's the right coach for this team right now. They should have gave him that job when Dan Gilbert wants to hire his Michigan buddies and fucking John Beilein. I'm still harping on that. Y'all can harp on shit. I'm going to harp on that. JB Bickerstaff should have got that job then. And who knows where they would have been, because John Beilein did not have this team from the start. He had Colin Sexton hogging the ball and not doing jack shit. And that's just the honest to God truth. This coaching staff, and JB has a great coaching staff. Greg Buckner, Antonio Lang, Sidney Lowe. He has some great guys. His Greg Buckner, I don't know how much longer Greg Buckner is going to be here. If JB is going to be here for another 2 years, I think Greg Buckner is going to be gone after next year. Somebody's going to pick him up somewhere. He's going to get a G League head coaching job somewhere, as a top assistant for JB Bickerstaff. But overall, I'm disappointed. I'm going to read some of you guys' responses. I put out a post earlier today, and I'm going to start doing this more often on certain subjects. I'm going to just run through these. I just put the post up, and the post is still up, and I'm going to read them, and I've been reading them all day. Trap said they overachieved, which I disagree. Nobody seen them locking in the top 4 seed in the East. I did. I don't know what happened in the playoffs, still trying to piece it together. I tell you what happened. They got out muscled, out hustled, out played, out rebounded, out scored, out fouled, out drank, out ate. They just got out everything. Hopefully we let Jared Allen, Lamar Stevens, and LeVert go. Yeah, that's not going to happen. And Mobley is going to be in the gym. He said, I hope Mobley gets in the gym or something. Like I said, kicking the tires around with Jared Allen's contract, it's just something you can play with. The Cavaliers, their cap situation isn't bad, but it isn't the greatest. They're like in that middle. I would have put guys like a Jeremy Grant on my list. I love Jeremy Grant. Always wanted Jeremy Grant on this team. They just don't have the money to do it. And like the Cleveland Browns, we ain't got no picks, man. Shit. Richie Carlisle. Shout out to Richie Carlisle. I did I went over to his showcase at Exotic Cuisines last Sunday. Again, I went there sick as a fucking dog. Had to get out of there. I stayed as long as I could, but you know, when them headaches hit, it's like, all right, I got to get back to the east side before I have a headache so bad I lose my fucking eyesight. That's one of those. It was one of those type of headaches. My main man, Paul Teeple, says it's hard to quantify all the different ways things went wrong, but I can't get over Jared Allen getting his lunch money taken repeatedly by Robinson and Hartenstein, two dudes with no noticeable talent outside of being large, which is true. That's my guy, Paul Teeple, another one of my constant everyday just sports, having just these sports talk messages. My guy Paul is a hockey expert, and I've slowly watched the NHL, and I'm a fan of the Seattle Kraken. I figure I get on that bandwagon early. The team is only 2 years old, and they are one game away in the Stanley Cup playoffs of putting the defending Stanley Cup champions out in the first round. So let's go Kraken. So y'all find out new shit about me every week. Y'all didn't know I was really into hockey. I do fuck with the Kraken though.
I release the Krakens every day.
I knew you was gonna do that. My guy Juan Turner says a step in the right direction. We need more shooting and a two-way wing, which I agree. My guy Berg says our bigs need to hit the weight room. JD can go. Next year will be better. Here's my guy, Dollar Bill. Shout out to Dollar Bill, man, for Urban Survival, man. That is my guy. I got to get him up here.
What up, Slim?
There go my guy. My guy, Six Slim in the building. Dollar Bill, I got to get you up here, man. Me and my guy, we have these every time. It's like every time I see him and I'm out, we're like potting. And that's just like one of my pet peeves. Like, I don't want to go out when I'm outside. I don't want to pot when I'm outside. It's just some shit that happens all the time. It's like, I don't want to pot. I'm just here to drink and watch the game. I don't want to pot today. But me and Dollar always are having these conversations, and we always have these conversations over Facebook because he bleeds Cleveland sports teams the way I bleed Cleveland sports teams. He says, keep the core, the big three, keep LeVert, add a couple of players. We're not far off at all. P.S. Mobley and Allen need to eat some pork chop sandwiches and hit Planet Fitness immediately. They need protein. That's what they need. They need some protein. Maybe some steroids. Oh, not no steroids. Dynamite Dave. Here go Dynamite Dave. I don't know if JB's the guy moving forward. If they replace him, here we go. I would like to see Nick Nurse. They need three pieces: a starting small forward, a big, and a shooter off the bench. Bye-bye, Chetty, Lamar, Lopez, Windler, Wade. Some of my sentiments. My guy, Waverly West, says definitely see their youth. Not sure if JB is the guy. That's another thing. Like, again, man, and I have a feeling that this is what's going to happen. They're going to take another step and lose in the second round next year. And then they're going to take another step and lose in the second round the following year. And JB's going to lose his job. And then the next coach that comes in, Mark Jackson, some veteran coach, or maybe somebody new. I mean, Mike Gansey, they might give the job to Mike Gansey from who's the head coach of the Cleveland Chargers, who is a very damn good coach. I'm going to get Coach Gansey on this show. Solid coach, great guy. They might go that route. I mean, the Toronto Raptors won the NBA championship with Nick Nurse, and Nick Nurse was the coach of the G League Raptors. Here's my guy, Christopher Cargile. Great regular season, terrible postseason. It's fair to question JB. However, he deserves another year. He gets the Stefanski treatment. We need to build a bench, a shooter, a rough and tough big, a shooter or two. And get me a motherfucking Cam Johnson if he's available. See, this is me and my guy, Chris. Like, we came up with this list, and Cam Johnson was at the top of the list. My guy, Ray Simpson, says, coach up Mobley to build up his confidence to become who he needs to be. Get a dependable 3-and-D guy. Move Okoro to the bench. Add a shooter Add another rotation big that can actually play. Get rid of Jetty or Stevens. Keep LeVert only if the money is reasonable. That's the big question mark with Karis LeVert, is just the money situation. I mean, he's restricted and he has bird rights. So the smart money is on keeping him. The smart money is yes, they are going to bring him back. But again, what's going to be the cost? And again, I'm not going to talk about the money. Whatever they sign him for and whatever money he gets, that's the money that they feel that he deserves. Who the fuck am I to say he don't deserve 14 mil or he don't deserve 16 mil? That's not my job. My job is to say, all right, he fits under the salary cap. They can get him with, you know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna, again, I don't count pockets. My mom always told me you can't make no money worrying about another man's pocket. So I'm never gonna say this guy don't deserve it. Marcus said, I like JB, but I don't know if he's gonna get fired or not. Need a 3-and-D player, more so for defense. Need at least a 36 to 38% shooter from three. Weight training program for everybody to build strength. I keep LeVert. Would be shopping Allen just to see what his value. See, that is a huge possibility. And if Jared Allen is still here, that is something that we probably won't even hear about. And I'm sure they're going to kick the tires on it just to see what can we get. Would Portland be willing to sign and trade Jeremy Grant here for Jared Allen? It's a possibility. That shit just popped up in my head. Me and Chris, we gonna talk about this. Tone says need a 3-and-D specialist. JB has to learn to make adjustments after making adjustments. I'm not mad, as I knew their fate, but great season. Again, like I said, I sat here and told you all year they weren't quite ready. Slim, I'm gonna get to your comment in a minute. I see it up there. My guy Mike Mabry, Coach Mabry, he's down somewhere in Alabama. I think he's in Montgomery or somewhere. Said what I expected, never expected the deep run in the playoffs. 6 to 7 deep team will never win anything, which is 100% true. You do need, playoffs, the rotation shrinks to 8. But JB only went to 6. He was really playing 6 deep. Need wing players, 3 athletes. Look at Atlanta, Boston, New York, loaded with quality wings, and we have none worth you know what. JB is solid. Most want him gone. It takes time, which is true, which is why I say he gets at least one, maybe 2 more years. And I'm still in the belief that until Evan Mobley emerges as the second scoring option, the Cavaliers won't be a legitimate threat. Evan Mobley is the key, y'all. If he develops and becomes what we all know he can be and what we all want him to be, they are going to be dangerous. Imagine the high-scoring Donovan Mitchell, a guy like a Darius Garland who can and will get whatever he wants, but you're setting Evan Mobley up. And there's another kick in the tires with Evan Mobley. With Jared Allen. That means you're ready to give the keys to the starting center position to Evan Mobley. Now, if they do that, I'm thinking you're ready. And that's just me. That's just me. That's just my brain. I'm always going to ride for Evan Mobley. I'm a cape for Evan Mobley. I'm a forever cape for Evan Mobley. Evan Mobley is one of those guys. You know how y'all be protecting Lamar Stevens' sorry ass and how y'all so in love with Jetty Osman because he's been here for longer than 4 years, and y'all fell in love with Raul Neto because his ass was hustle, but he ain't nothing but a 5'11" version of Matthew Dellavedova with less hustle and less muscle. I'm gonna do that for Evan Mobley. I'm gonna always do that for Evan Mobley. Damn, there's more comments on this one than I thought. I knew I was gonna get all the way to 9:30 today. I'm gonna get to it. Give me a second. My guy Daryl says definitely hit the weight room, especially Allen and Mobley. Mobley needs to maintain his touch. It's a tricky thing. That's why he can't put on too much weight. Shout out to Mook. Where do I start? I'm gonna just say we're a better team than that. Yes, they are, but again, this is still a young team. Garland is 22, Okoro's 21, Mobley's 21, Jared Allen is 25. Excuse me. Donovan Mitchell was 26. Karis LeVert is still relatively young. Like, they still have a young team. You just need to add some veterans in there. Again, man, a guy like Jeremy Grant would be nice here. You know, I'm just throw it out there. I mean, I might jump on the ledge. Would I want to help Dame Lillard get his shit off? I got some Dame Lillard shit that I'm gonna talk about like later on down the line. Shout out to Phil Roberts, man. Phil Roberts has a dope ass podcast. He said, honestly, the bigs is inconsistent and lack toughness. They need to be aggressive and not Sean Bradley aggressive. That's a huge ass point. I really believe they need to build a consistent bench. Rubio should have more minutes because he's a pure point guard. He's out of here. He's trash. Shout out to my guy Greg McCurry. I'm happy with the season. They need to grow as a young team. We can't have both Okoro and Stevens on the team though. Bye, Lamar Stevens. My guy Garbs and Finish. Shout out to Garbs, man. This is my guy. I didn't think they would get too deep in the playoffs, but happy they got a taste of it. So now they have a better idea what to expect with playoff ball that will fuel them next season. And yes, it will, because you could see the wheels turning in Darius Garland during the press conference last year. My guy Momo says, why on earth did they let Kevin Love go? A championship veteran who could have been the playoff team player who also went off in Miami. I think Kevin Love would have steadied them. Even if he's not playing, Kevin Love would have been that steady hand. I mean, hindsight is always 20/20, y'all. So that's that. Jared Allen got exposed bad. This is my guy Ryan Ponzi. Even said it was too much for him. We can't have players like that that's scared of the limelight. I mean, it's your first time. You got your feet wet, and now let's go. Man, my guy Jason Jones. I can fully accept losing to a better team, which is not what happened. How do you legitimately pull off a top 4 seed based on regular season and completely wet the bed against a team no one fears? It sucks bad, and yes, it does suck bad. I mean, it's just, again, the matchup, and they out toughed and out muscled and out hustled us. My guy Slim, you probably ringing the same sentiments as everybody. Here we go. We need better leadership from the bench. I'm not sure JB can make the proper adjustments to his coaching style for them to become championship caliber. Also, they got to restructure Garland's contract. He's not who folks thought he was and got as too soon. I don't agree with that. I just think as a facilitator, as Garland can score, we know he can put them up in bunches. But I think as a facilitator, and again, he can be the third scoring option. And I'm okay with Darius Garland being our third scoring option. If you got Donovan as your one and Evan Mobley as your second guy. I want to see Evan Mobley get 24 and 10, 25 and 10. Is he capable of it? You goddamn right he's capable of it. Put Slams back up for me one more time. I agree we need a wing, but I'm not sure who we get until we find out that JB can actually develop players with his staff. Everything to me is reliant on the coach being better because we lost due to not having an identity. It says fast players, including. That's it.
It's a big comment, so I won't show no more.
Oh, that's cool. I mean, I'll get to it, but I agree with most of that. I think with Garland as your third scorer, again, Evan Mobley is the key, y'all. When Evan Mobley reaches his final form, the Cleveland Cavaliers will go to the NBA Finals. I'm not saying they're going to win it. I'm going to say they're going to get another Eastern Conference championship. That's just my opinion on that. What else? Oh, the fight. The big fight. Tank, Ryan Garcia. Did you watch the fight, Tim, or you was outside?
I was outside.
I was outside.
But I definitely seen what happened.
I mean, it went exactly how it said it was gonna go. I wasn't expecting Ryan Garcia to get too cute that early and get caught. I thought he was gonna try to get cute where he got knocked out at.
That's because it is me, Slim.
Sound like grease. Oh, that's what they call you?
That's my gamer tag, elbow grease.
Oh, elbow grease. Okay. But I watched this fight a second time. I had to watch it back a second time to see what I missed in the first time that I watched it. And as I'm watching this thing, Tank Davis is so much like Floyd Mayweather. It's almost scary. He's a 5'5" power punching version of Floyd Mayweather. He actually reminds me a lot of Floyd at 135. Because that's when Floyd was knocking people out. It's crazy, man. He took the first round to collect data, which is a Floyd thing. That's what Floyd does. That first round, he just moves around and collects data. Now, the second round, Ryan just, like, you can see it. Now, Ryan Garcia is going to be okay, y'all. Ryan Garcia is going to be a face that we see. Ryan Garcia is going to win one of the 4 alphabet titles here at some point. He's 24 years old. He still has a lot of years left ahead of him. But when it comes to the Kings in that 135, 140 pound division, he's back there. And it's just because of skill set. You have Tank Davis. You have Shakur Stevens, which is the fight. That's the one. That's going to be the big one. If not next summer or next fall, 2 years from now, 2025, I can see Tank and Shakur Stevens hooking up. You have Vasily Lomachenko down there. You have Devin Haney down there in that 135, 140 pound division. You got Isaac Pitbull Cruz. You got Teofimo Lopez. It's so many guys there, and Ryan Garcia just falls behind all of those guys. And it's just the skill set. And you could see the levels of boxing when it came to Tank and when it came to Garcia in there. And for those of y'all who was saying the fight was fixed because he didn't land that punch, y'all ain't never been punched right there before. And it shows. If you ever been punched right there, the reaction is always delayed. And the reason why the reaction was delayed is because that liver was shifting. Shout out to Watts. Watts said he got hit in the boo-boo button. I got a good laugh out of a lot of that because watching the replay, when he hit him with the shot, Garcia tried to bounce and you could see his face scrunch up and you could see him like, all right, I'm gonna breathe. I'm breathing. I'm trying to breathe. I gotta take a knee. And Tank knew he hit him and Tank knew he caught him because if you watch Tank's face, when he hit him and he stepped back the first time, you could see Tank going, oh, which means gotcha, bitch. He took that knee, and that was it. I mean, it's just overall to me, I thought the fight was great. I thought it did live up to the hype. Because usually these big super fights don't live up to the hype. They're usually one-sided. But Garcia did come to fight. And again, he's 24 years old. The kid has a whole future ahead of him. He is at the right hand of Oscar De La Hoya. And Oscar De La Hoya is going to make sure he's still in the mix. Speaking of, I swear on everything I love, man. Oscar De La Hoya and Floyd Mayweather are never going to be friends. Ever. Why Floyd have to taunt him like that? Man, that shit I was laughing so hard. And it's so funny because in the sight of Floyd Mayweather, you can just look at Oscar De La Hoya's face and tell that he hate him. I don't know who hates Floyd Mayweather more, Oscar De La Hoya or Freddie Roach. It's kind of equal. I think if Freddie Roach wasn't sick, I think he would try to fight Floyd at a press conference or some shit. Like that's the honest to God truth. Yup, Tank did tell him to get up with the body shot, and Garcia just gave him that look like, nah, I can't get up. Nope, not happening. But seriously, I don't know who y'all think hate Floyd Mayweather more, Oscar De La Hoya or Freddie Roach? Because I want y'all to watch the end of the Pacquiao fight again. After the fight, and just watch in Manny Pacquiao's post-fight interview. Look at Freddie Roach's face in the back. He is pissed. He looked like he's saying nigger. Hard ER. We lost to that fucking nigger. That's just how I feel, man. This is wild shit, man. That's it, man. We getting the hell out of here. I think that's pretty much what I had to cover. Oh, wait. Don't play the song yet. Y'all know I always be having my show figured out. I have my show all figured out by 12 noon today. I'm good. I'm like, yeah, I'm going here. I'm going to go wall to wall Cavaliers. I'm going to talk a little bit about the fight, and then I'm going to get the fuck up out of here. And then what breaks at 5:29 today? I was at my dad's house. My dad was helping me put some new accessories on my car. I'm going to post a picture of my new accessory on my car. Tim saw what I was Tim seen what was going on. Tim see the vibes with the link.
That shit was nice. Definitely. Man.
Wait till we go out and we see it in the dark. It's really gonna be something nice. I'm going outside today just to sit in the parking lot with my doors open so people can see.
With the doors open.
But no,
you're gonna be ghost riding the whip so y'all can see the light.
At 5-something today, Lamar Jackson got his money. Hey, I'm able to raise my voice again. Can you believe that? Lamar Jackson got his money. 5 years, $255 million. You gotta be ugly when you say it. $255 million. I believe 189 of it is guaranteed. He is now the highest paid player in the NFL. Congratulations to him. You get your bag. Good luck to you, except for 2 weeks out of the year. And y'all know what 2 weeks those are. Oh, y'all know what else he did? He did it without an agent.
They was talking all that
shit y'all was talking. Everybody said he needs an agent. Big Eddie Bauer. I had to put a name on that bullet. Said he needs to get an agent. For what? So they can lowball him? I saw a story. I don't know the truth of it. I didn't fact check it, but I'm just gonna say this little tidbit story. I know who he plays for, but I'm glad he got his money. That's it. I'm glad he got his money. They should have been gave him his money. But he did it. He had an agent before. He fired his agent. He got this deal, and the money that was supposed to go to his agent, he gave to his mama. I don't know the truth to that story. It's just some shit that sounds good. I'm always congratulate somebody on getting some money, Slim. Don't worry, I'm always congratulate a nigga on getting the bag. You get the bag, I'm gonna congratulate you. I'm gonna buy you a drink. Tim get the bag, we go celebrate. I'm gonna make him 4 briskets.
Hey man, don't. Hey, bro.
You get the bag.
Don't play me, because if I get this bag,
you get the bag, I'm gonna hit you.
And you don't make my briskets.
If you get the bag, if you get the bag, I got the brisket.
Well, I'm gonna get in the bag, so you better have them briskets ready.
I got
Y'all heard this. This on wax. This on wax.
All you got to do is let me know what blend of pellets you want me to smoke that joint on. Do you want the competition blend? You want the hickory smoke? You want the apple smoke? I'm going to just tell you right now, I'm going to just do it on the competition blend. That's all I use.
I was going to say, I mean, if you're doing 4 briskets, you can give me 4 different smokes.
Do you know how hard it is to take the pellets out the motherfucker? It's going to be blended. That's what I say. The competition blend. The competition blend.
If I got the bag, it'll be worth it.
So that means if you get the bag and I got to make you 4 briskets, you going to buy me 3 more smokers?
If I got the bag, I'm going to make sure it's worth it.
Hey, man. I'm going to be spending the night at your house because if I bring another motherfucking barbecue grill home, I am getting kicked out the house.
No, because I'm going to take care of Mrs. Pizzle too. Because she already know what she make, and I need it.
If I bring home one more motherfucking barbecue grill, I would be sleeping out in the garage with my barbecue grill. No lie.
All right, I'm going to go ahead and deck out your shed.
I got this power in there. I got the projector screen, hook the fire stick up. I can kick it out there. Fire pit in the yard. Man, fuck, I ain't getting kicked out of my own house. Pizzle. All right, man, we getting the hell out of here, man. I'm gonna come outside. I think I might go listen to some bad karaoke tonight.
Said it's at what networks?
Yeah, I might go up there. I might not.
I can sing a song.
I can sing a song. It is another showcase up in Cleveland Heights on Lee Road that I'm gonna go to that Watts is throwing. I might just pull up there.
Oh, that's tonight?
I think that's tonight. It's tonight. Cat's gonna be there. Cesar Rio's gonna be there.
Send me that info.
I'll send you a flyer because I think that's what I'm gonna pull to. All right, man. I'm gonna thank each and every last one of y'all for y'all continued support of this platform and of this show. Tune in next week. I'm gonna recap the Browns drafts. I know we ain't got no picks, man, until 10:30 tomorrow night. But we're gonna talk about it. The NBA playoffs are gonna continue. Are the Los Angeles Lakers gonna advance? Are the Golden State Warriors gonna advance? And can the Denver Nuggets beat the Phoenix Suns? Find out next week when I talk about this shit. Y'all know what it is, man. Always protect your peace, protect your energy. The message is more important than the messenger. And creators, be great. Stay positive, because negative energy is trash. Peace.